Will a real Republican presidential candidate please stand up? The classic campaign catchphrase, "It's the economy, stupid," was coined by a Democratic strategist working on Bill Clinton's 1992 successful presidential campaign. For years, the assumption has been that if a candidate wins the debate on the economy, he or she will ultimately win the election. And while, according to polls, the economy continues to be the most important issue for many voters, Americans increasingly view the economy through a cloudy lens. Most Republican voters believe Democratic politicians are bad for the economy. And that's the main message you're hearing from any GOP presidential candidate. Republican candidates are calling for cuts to federal spending and promising to slash taxes while also loosening government regulation. They're also specifically attacking subsidies for clean energy that were prioritized by the current Democratic administration. Most Republicans blame President Biden for a weak economy, even though many economists rightfully point out that a number of economic indicators are strong. Wages are growing, consumer confidence is increasing, and unemployment has remained low, below 4% for a record number of consecutive months. But despite those metrics, many voters still give President Biden poor reviews on his handling of the economy, and much of that seems to be tied to high costs. In the summer of 2022, following the COVID pandemic, inflation reached a four-decade high of 9.1%. Over the last several months, the economy has experienced a dip from that record level of inflation. And at the same time, a long-predicted spike in unemployment didn't materialize. The standard inflation metric, known as the Consumer Price Index, has fallen down to 3.1% as of November 2023. In the summer of 2022, following the COVID pandemic, inflation reached a four-decade high of 9.1%. Over the last several months, the economy has experienced a dip from that record level of inflation. And at the same time, a long-predicted spike in unemployment didn't materialize. The standard inflation metric, known as the Consumer Price Index, has fallen down to 3.1% as of November 2023. With all of that said, why are there not any solid Republican leaders with excellent morals and standards, with military experience, a strong political background, intellectually ready to meet with world leaders, secure our borders and improve race relations, a president for all people? Republican presidential candidates are quick to take aim at big spending bills, such as the American Rescue Plan and the Inflation Reduction Act, for creating this inflation problem. They align their economic agenda with that of the White House, though it's not clear what they would or could do to improve inflation in America. Curbing inflation is largely the purview of the Federal Reserve, and it is supposed to operate independently from any influence of the president. Drawing inspiration from the party's history, today's Republicans believe individuals, not government, make the best decisions. All people are entitled to equal rights, and decisions are best made close to home. At the state level, the nation's 30 Republican governors are making government more effective and efficient, spurring economic growth and striving to put more power in the hands of the people. Nationally, Republicans recognize that the slow, bloated, top-down Washington bureaucracy is out of date in the 21st century. Our party works to give Americans more choices in healthcare, in education, in energy, and in the economy, and to free individuals and families from the intrusive overreach of federal bureaucrats. The party's core principles of freedom and equal opportunity are as relevant today as at our founding, and they are the roadmap for American renewal in a new and interconnected world.